On the 9th of June 2024, at the IGN Summer Games Festival, Square Enix unleashed groundbreaking news with the announcement of the 5th Life is Strange title, Double Exposure, which promises the return of the game's first protagonist, the woman who put Life is Strange on the map back in 2015, Max Caulfield. Yes, you heard that right, we are getting another Max game. Created by DeckNine Games and published by Square Enix, we've known something was coming from DeckNine for a while after the mysterious in-development title was unceremoniously mentioned in an IGN article, but we had no idea it would be so soon, or that Max would be the protagonist. Before we actually get into the main course of this video, only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed to me. It would mean the world to me if you could subscribe to my channel, as I post Life is Strange content pretty regularly these days. Honestly though, I'm shocked at the reveal, but I can't say I'm surprised Max is back. This is something that no shortage of fans were asking for. Demand for a return to the story of the original game has existed since the reveal of Life is Strange 2, where many fans felt disenfranchised by the new cast of characters. Every little reference to Max and Chloe in later games has sent fans wild with excitement and joy. It was only a matter of time before Square Enix would acknowledge this demographic and create a game for the large group of players who felt they were long overdue a continuation to Max's story. So, here we are. The trailer for Life is Strange Double Exposure brings us to an interesting setting, 9 years later in 2022, at what seems to be a mysterious university campus in the middle of winter. After her friend Safi is murdered in the woods one night, Max is left to grieve her death. This causes her to do something she swore she would never do again, to use her rewind power to figure out what happened. This seems to ignite Max down a similar detective journey we saw her take in the original Life is Strange game. This time, however, her power manifests in a different way. Similar to the Life is Strange comics, Max is able to perceive events taking place in different timelines, and can even traverse these timelines from one to another. Max must enter the timeline in which Safi is alive to figure out what happened and to attempt to solve and prevent the murder in both timelines. The trailer introduces us to a new cast of characters and a completely new setting. We feel a little out of our depth as players at the moment because we're so accustomed to seeing Max associated with Arcadia Bay. We have no idea why she's at this university or even where it is, but we could hazard a guess that she may either be a student here or, more likely, she's a professor. We could see a really interesting dynamic here where Max has transformed from the shy Blackwell Academy student into a self-made professor of photography. She's certainly taken some time to upgrade her wardrobe beyond the regular hoodie and jeans combo she wore in the first game, maybe Rachel's style even rubbed off on her. Max's character development will be very interesting. I really hope DeckNine isn't afraid to change her up a little bit. We already saw her using a digital camera in the trailer, something she definitely wouldn't have wanted to do at Blackwell. People change significantly from 18 to their late 20s. I'm definitely not the same person I was when I played Max's story for the first time, so it would be nice to kind of see her grow up alongside her audience a bit, but let her retain a little bit of her cringe. It's what makes her special. After the events of the first game though, with Max becoming a little bit more self-assured and confident and embracing her parallels with Rachel, it wouldn't make sense for DeckNine to reduce her character to the same cliché shy girl. I'm not suddenly expecting her to be a massive extrovert, but some change would be nice. The game's graphics are stunning, very comparable to True Color's level of fidelity. Max's facial animations are amazing, her camera model is detailed and sleek, and the world's environments are brimming with life and character, definitely befitting a Life is Strange game. I will say, however, that it looks like the classic paintbrush art style for Life is Strange games is a lot more absent with this new entry. It was before significantly reduced in True Colors, yet here it seems like the game is just shiny and polished all over, which is atypical of a Life is Strange game. It still looks good, it's just distinctly different enough to notice it. The visual tone reflects a more dark, adult world, one without a focus on the childlike whimsy of Max's lost relationship with Arcadia Bay and its sun-streaked forests. It'll be interesting to see how this vibe manifests in the actual game. At the moment, I'm a bit conflicted. Also worth noting, Max is without the help of her partner Chloe, who fans also fell in love with in the first game, even more so than Max. Chloe is nowhere to be seen in this trailer. No doubt this is an intentional component of the game's marketing, as her fate is left ambiguous depending on your choices in the first game. However, this is an issue the game is going to have to confront at some point, given that Chloe and the events of Life is Strange 1 were formative for Max and integral to her overall character. Even if Chloe is not physically present within the game, her presence, or the memory of her presence, needs to be felt. In her own words, "We're Max and Chloe, we're always together, even when we're not." I plan on making a full video about how I feel about this game very soon, but I do want to set the record straight that I am treating this title with extreme caution as of now. In the wake of allegations of crunch culture and Nazi symbolism associated with this game at DeckNine, as well as a general uncertainty of how much the game will hinge on nostalgia and fan service, I don't think it's a good idea for me to jump to any strong conclusions about this game yet. The DeckNine writing team seem positive about the release, but there is always the question of how derivative this game will be. DeckNine's strongest moments as writers have always been when they've created their own ideas, rather than clinging to the safety net of fan service and reused plot points like we saw in True Colours. The best moments we saw in that game were those independent of Life is Strange 1's influence. The LARP, Charlotte's grief and anger towards her son, and even the trio dynamic of Steph, Ryan and Alex were all phenomenal at showcasing just what DeckNine is capable of. The game felt weak when it rehashed plot points from Life is Strange 1, and I worry that Double Exposure may be susceptible to having too many of these moments. It's too early to make any assumptions, so please don't take my word as a prediction, but I would be wild to ignore my concerns about this game. It's a strange time for the franchise, and as I discussed in my recent video about DeckNine, the studio and the franchise are interlinked, relying on each other for success now. I want to see DeckNine succeed, but the dynamic of their relationship with Square Enix only allows their creative talent to shine so bright. Putting my worries aside for a minute though, this is a very exciting time for Life is Strange fans. I mean, Max Caulfield is back for God's sake, and look at the facial animations, the fidelity of the game. It feels like we're getting a True Colours level product here, and the release date isn't far away. October 2024 is just a few short months from now, and I plan to spend those next 4 months covering Double Exposure as much as possible on this channel, so if that's something you'd like to stick around for, please subscribe. I have something very special planned in the next couple of weeks that you don't want to miss. Alternatively, if you want to hear about Lost Records, Don't Nod's new game, check out my video on the topic. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to give it a like if you enjoyed, and leave a comment down below. Are you excited for the new Life is Strange game? Do you think DeckNine will do justice to the original game, or is this game just not what you wanted? Let me know in the comments down below. I read all of your comments and I even use them as inspiration for my future videos. If you fancy showing your support in the form of a tip, I'll also have my Patreon link down below. And join my Discord where we discuss all things Life is Strange. With that, I think I've said my piece. Thank you for watching, remember to not let your friends go into the woods alone, and have a nice day. Bye bye!